I mean, that evil snake has never changed her plans since she seduced the idiot and got that ring on her finger. She needs to revise and amend her strategies all the time, though, because either her or the idiot does something dumb and the Hollywood elite chooses to ignore them. Now, that South Park episode was the best thing ever. It nailed the two of them. It showed them for exactly who they really are. And then we got to see Chris Rock go on Netflix and give us a little more truth about Meghan Markle. That little wannabe royal cannot put up with that. She just loves surrounding herself with A-listers, as she refers to them. She's not going to hang out with normal people. She finds them too boring. Personally, I was a huge fan of what South Park and Chris Rock did to Meghan because they are showing the entire world what so many of us believe about Meghan Markle. And I don't think they really care about Meghan. At the end of the day, we've got to remember Meghan is in love with herself. And she's pretty tough. Nothing is going to get through to her, only what she wants to get through. And what she wants is praise, attention, and of course, money. But it looks like now Meghan Markle is feeling pretty desperate because she's run out of options. It seems like the only strategy left for her is to try anything, just throwing things out there in the hope that they land somewhere and that somebody's going to be a fan of what she puts out. For example, she did support Harry in writing that memoir, and I think she had a lot of input too. But it's been a huge failure, and it has led to the two of them being ridiculed all around the world. And now she is threatening to write her own book, and she's going to focus on her confronting the royal family. Okay, Meghan, sure, yeah, make us all yawn. Making demands before saying whether or not she's going to come to the coronation. They have to be on that balcony. Archie and Lilibet need a role. An official apology for Meghan for what, though, I don't know. She also expects to have a private meeting with the king and Prince William so that grievances can be aired. They want to have the best seats at the service. And almost the most ridiculous, they need to be treated with respect. Well, it doesn't really matter what strategy Meghan tries to use to ingratiate herself not only with the royal family, but also with the entire world. What she fails to comprehend is that for most of us, she's done. She is past the point of no return. We don't want to hear from her anymore. Now, at some point, she might figure out some way to make herself a lot of money with or without Harry, but people are never going to love her in the way that she wants to be loved. I mean, or in fact, the way that people did love her. I mean, many people when she first started life as a royal. In fact, back then, she and Harry were some of the most popular members of the firm. Those days are well and truly behind us, but with every desperate new move, Meghan seems convinced that her winning idea is right around the corner, and that's all it's going to take to restore her to her rightful place in the world. All right, Meghan, just keep on dreaming. I mean, to her fans, I'm sure these ideas don't seem very shocking at all. In fact, no more than the gruesome twosome are due. To the rest of us, though, it's just difficult to understand what is even going through their heads. If you didn't know before, I'm sure you know now that Harry has a lot of problems. One of his biggest problems, though, seems to be that he doesn't feel empathy for other people. He doesn't understand actions and reactions very well. And he seems to believe that he has a God-given right to say and do whatever he wants to. Because Harry doesn't understand, he fails to realize that words can actually be a lot more harmful than sticks and stones. And he also seems to believe that he's justified in everything that he has said, everything that he has done to his family. That if he's upset them, oh, that has to be their fault. It doesn't have anything to do with him. Harry seems to have forgotten that back in January of 2020, he and Meghan abandoned the royal family because they said they wanted to live private lives away from the media so that he could raise his little children as normal and never be in the public eye. But they also talked about their desire to be self-supporting and to make their own money, and it seemed like they meant what they said. Well, sadly, we see now that was not the case. And as we've seen ever since then, he and Meghan have earned millions attacking his nearest and dearest. His first public expression of shock came when, on Oprah, he declared that his father had cut him off without a penny. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something like that. Now, since then, we have learned that Prince Charles gave him at least £2.5 million. I think most of us would say that that proves that what Harry claimed is an absolute lie, but Harry didn't see anything wrong with what he said. He believed that since he had left the job, the boss should continue to pay him his salary. And he has continued in this way ever since then. He wrote the book, he's gone on TV to promote the book, and he still does not understand the fact that he has failed in his mission to be popular, to be a financially secure ex-member of the royal family who can support himself and his family all by himself. He doesn't have anything left at this point. All he can do is try to milk his situation for all it's worth, but that's going to come to an end very soon. And Harry is sure, or he believes himself to be sure, that his father would love him to be there at the coronation. So Harry is still living under the illusion that he's holding all the aces and that he can make as many demands of his family as he wants to. And I'm sure he is being encouraged by his wife, but at the moment it does not look like his demands are going to be met. From what I have heard, the list of demands is ludicrous, and I think the people of the UK might have something to say about the last two demands, and the reaction of the crowds cannot be controlled by the king, so these requests don't mean a thing. And I'm guessing there are probably going to be some boos if they appear on the balcony. That would be a real shame, though, because it is the special day to honor the king, and that would probably ruin it. See, the coronation at the end of the day is for the king and queen. And then, of course, it is also for the Prince and Princess of Wales and their family, and then the other working royals. That is the order of importance. If Harry and Meghan had just stayed within the family, then they would also have had an important role to play. But no, they got freedom. They wanted to get away from the trappings of royalty, and they did. So now they're out, and they cannot expect to come back and be offered special treatment. No work for the family means no rewards from the family. Of course, that's how it has to be. And Harry still cannot comprehend that. He was interviewed on Oprah, he published his book, he's done so many interviews, and he's told the world what a horrible family he has and how now he's happier than he has ever been. So I'm sorry, but Harry does not have any right any longer to be considered a part of the firm. I realize that he is still in the line of succession, but that can also be removed. If Harry continues acting the way that he and Meghan have done in these past few years, I would not count on his remaining in the line of succession forever. I don't think I have ever heard of anybody who was so desperate for public adoration, but was so reviled by most people all around the world. And as for Meghan Markle, well, occasionally she may win a little battle, but ultimately she is going to fail at everything. And now she's having to try to convince the world of this love story with Harry. I mean, I think that in fact she hates him, so it's pretty funny that they're trying to convince all of us that they are so deeply in love. I just hope that Meghan's narcissism does not stop her from understanding how truly reviled she is by every decent person living. Only a fool, aka a fan of Meghan Markle, or someone with something big to hide like a leftist politician, or people who have a hidden agenda like Oprah give her any time, and none of them have any respect for her. Meghan is a piece of trash, and she's trying to compete with real royalty. Now, one day she's going to be on a yacht, and it's going to come back without her on it. I don't doubt that her ultimate destiny is an end like a villain from a soap. And you know what, friends? I hate to say this, but I kind of look forward to it. I don't think anybody's going to bother looking for her. And you, do you agree with me? Please share with me your opinion below in the comments section. If you think my video is useful, remember to like and share it with your friends and family who would enjoy it too. And please subscribe to our Kate Middleton and the Queen News channel to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye, and I'll be back to see you tonight.